Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell, and welcome to the 12 Games of Christmas. We're really glad to have you with us today because we're giving you another 12 games in our 10 video series that are perfect for you to buy for other people or to give people maybe for a hint on what you yourself would want. We want to say thank you to our sponsors. We want to say thank you to Liberlude, to Repos Productions, and to Days of Wonder. They make some amazing games, and you would be well inspired to go find out their stuff and check it out. It's fantastic. Today's list is strategy games. And I want to mention this because we have two lists going up today. Strategy game and advanced strategy game. Strategy games are games full of strategy. Advanced are for like the super gamer. Now, which games are on which list could be kind of tricky. These are slightly easier than the advanced strategy ones, but I think all 24 of the games, 12 on each list, are fantastic. But we got some really good strategy games for you to check out. Let's get into it.
If you have gamers on your list that really like to analyze and think about what they're doing when they're playing games, that's a strategy gamer, and this is the list for you. To start off this list, let's talk about Ego. This is a game from designer Reiner Knizia. And in this game, you're going to be playing through a series of phases that all have different types of elements to them. So one of the big elements in this game is auctioning. And when you're auctioning, you're having to really carefully consider the value of particular things that you're bidding for, what other players at the table might want, and how that might influence the bid that you make. So you've got the auction elements, which are highly strategic. You also have some kind of risk assessment and mitigation. You've got push your luck elements to the game, where you're deciding, am I willing to take a risk here? How important is it for me? What are the potential risk versus rewards? Those are the types of decisions that strategy gamers tend to love, and you're going to find plenty of it here in Ego, this space-themed game from Reiner Knizia.
Everdell has had a lot of games and a lot of spin-offs, but the latest, Everdell Silverfrost, is one of the most strategic games in the line. This one takes you to a frozen wasteland in which you are doing many of the things you do in Everdell anyway. You're collecting cards, you are managing your resources, playing those cards out in front of you, but snow is going to come down from the mountain and cover a lot of the actions on the board and a lot of the cards in front of you, and you have to use your flames to melt those things to recuperate your abilities and to be able to score them at the end of the game. A really fun package. It looks stunning. It has a lot of thinky, crunchy decisions. And yes, it's going to punish you a little bit. So make sure that they can take it before you buy them Everdell Silverfrost. But if they can, this is going to be a winner.
Next up is going to be Finspan. Finspan is the third iteration in the line of the Wingspan games, but this is one that I find tremendously fun, in part because I find that I know a lot more fish than I actually do know birds, and so thematically it's exciting. I like the little changes mechanically, and I especially like the simplification where you pay for cards with one resource and with other cards. I tend to love games that do that, and so it's fun as you are sitting there trying to decide what to hold on to and what to spend on behalf of others. So I think that you're going to find some good rewarding gameplay out of this, especially if you know someone who loves the aquatic setting. Then Finspan is really going to make a splash. I'll see myself out.
Forest Shuffle Dartmoor is the strategy game that just keeps giving. Every time I play this game, I feel like I'm trying out a new ecosystem or a new strategy, new combo of plants and animals and moors and trees. And it's just exciting to see what cards I'm going to get and how I want to play my strategy that time. I think that this is also deceptively strategic in the way you combo those cards together. So do you want to build the biggest forest possible, or do you really want to streamline it and make sure that every tree is at its full occupancy for those combo-tastic scoring opportunities? So it really has a hidden depth in the way you're going to use those cards together, but also has a pretty low overhead as far as it comes to rules. So you can get the game to the table and play it quickly and get playing quickly, but then really have the depth of strategy as you're looking for those combos and optimization of your turns. So for that strategy game that you want to be able to get and play quickly, for that person, check out Forest Shuffle Dartmoor.
Orbit is a game from Bitewing Games where you are trying to visit all these different colored planets while they are rotating around a galaxy or a solar system. And in the game, you're playing cards and you are actually making those planets rotate. You're doing a little bit of engine building so you can go faster and farther. And you're just trying to do all that stuff first. This is a game that really surprised me how much I enjoyed it. I love the card play. I love the tiny bit of engine building. And I think that it is a solid pick if you're looking for a strategy game.
Next up here, we have another beautiful strategy game, and this is Pergola. In Pergola, you are going to be selecting a flower in order to add to your garden. All the flowers at the end of the game are going to score differently, so you have to strategize on which ones you want to go heavy into. The catch here, though, is the flowers that you choose are associated with some action. So you really have to have that turn optimization and know, do I get the flower that I want or the action that I want? And sometimes, just sometimes, they line up perfectly, and that is such a great feeling in this game. This is one of those strategy games where you're building the whole game, so it just feels nice at the end to see your whole garden and count up your points and ultimately see who wins. So it's one that you're engaged the whole time, you're excited about your strategy, and when those turns hit right and you have that perfect marriage of the action you're taking and the flower available, oh, it just sings. So if you have somebody that likes that strategy game in a very comfortable and lush garden environment, be sure to check out Pergola.
Okay, the next strategy game we're going to talk about is Ruins. Ruins is a card shedding game that mixes card shedding with card crafting. This game is funny. It's one of those that it has come off the table so much. It's here at the studio, so every time we have a game night, this is the one that people grab for the end of the night. Even if you don't like card crafting or card shedding, you gotta give this a try. It's unique because as you play it the first time, it gets very simple, but you start crafting those cards, getting those more and more powerful, and it just feels really, really good. So at the end, you've got these thick cards that are uber powerful when you hit the table, and it plays really quick, plays a good number of players. This is one to definitely check out because it's completely unique. Check this out, it is Ruins.
Next up on the list is Sanctuary. This is an Ark Nova game. And if you are one of those people that thought Ark Nova was just a little bit too big, a little bit too much, this brings it down. It's simpler mechanisms, it's tile lanes, you just get to do the zoo building part. And you've got these little hexes and you are placing them out, trying to get everything to be next to the right spots that correlate with each other. And so it's a fun little puzzle in a much more compact and simple version. If that sounds interesting to you, then we recommend this game. You might want to check it out.
Okay, so in here we have got a Roll and Write by Reiner Knizia, the guy who did Viking Seesaw. This is There and Back Again. There and Back Again is a roll and write. It feels like a storybook. I mean, honestly, it feels like a storybook by look and the fact that it actually feels like a heavy storybook. This isn't just a roll and write. This is kind of like, I don't know how many scenarios, like 8 roll and writes all in one, right? The first one's very simple. You're just kind of attaching lines, trying to pull these dwarves in for that first kind of meeting or meal they had. And everything thematically goes to the book. Later, you have some polyomino stuff. You've got everything going on. They get slightly more complicated, a little bit different. So it really feels like there are 8 roll and writes in this one book. I like this a lot because there's so much gameplay in there. And the fact these books aren't just papers that you're going through and you have to laminate them. They're already ready. They already are laminated, so you just use dry erase and you get to go through each one. This is a lot of fun. This is one definitely to check out. The artwork is adorable. It's got that old school artwork with the Hobbit. I really like this. So this is called There and Back Again.
Looking for a cutesy game, a card drafting game, a worker placement game, but one that does so quickly. Explorers of Navoria is going to be one you're going to want to look into. This one's super cute. It's got some interesting set collecting. It's got some interesting moving up on tracks, trying to be the furthest ahead in that exploration. But the whole thing comes together in a fast frame. It's going to be all about taking the right cards at the right time, trying to manipulate what it is you are doing. And it's got a really great look, really great artwork, enjoyable, scales really well, 2 players, 4 players. Doesn't matter, it's going to go over like gangbusters. That is Explorers of Navoria. Look into it.
Through the Desert by Reiner Knizia is one of the most acclaimed strategy games of the last 20 years. And now we have a fantastic new addition from All Play Games that new strategy players can discover all over again. This is a game where you are placing out camel caravans. And you're trying to do this so that you can optimize scoring. You're also trying to block off other players from them getting the optimized scoring. And so you have really compelling decisions with a very simple rule set. You're just going to be placing out camels on your turn. Very simple. But the implications behind those simple placements are deep and strategic and agonizingly fun. So if you have a gamer in your list that really likes to think about the different options on how they want to play things out, especially if you have a gamer that you know likes interaction with the other players around the table, Through the Desert is a classic game that you can now rediscover in a fantastic new edition.
And our last game today is Fromage. Cheese. Fromage is a really unique strategy game in that each person, and this works well at its max player count of 4, has a section of the board in front of them, and then the board rotates. And each time you're working on that section, and each section is different. What you're doing in this game is you're making cheese, and you're deciding to put your little workers out there on the board, and the better that you put them in the better spot, it's going to take more rotations before they come back to you. You can get them back almost the next turn, but then you don't get as much stuff, and you're collecting cheese cards. You're building little structures in your area in front of you in your cheese making factories. You are trying to control different sections of the market. Each board has you scoring points in a different way, but you're all playing simultaneous. And that's what's unique about this game is you all play, spin the board, all play, spin the board, and you keep doing that till the game's over. Such a neat concept, and it's also a fun theme with cheese and some neat little components in it. I definitely recommend you check out Fromage. There you go, folks. 12 good strategy games. Now remember, we have a sister list coming out today, advanced strategy games with even more oomph to them to check out. But these are really good ones, and I think you should play them all. We want to say thank you again to our sponsors, to Libellude, to Days of Wonder, and to Repos Production, and for all the wonderful games they make. We want to say thank you to you all for watching this. We recommend you check out our other lists. Look for these games. We tried to pick games that are in print or available somewhere online right now. So there's all kinds of cool games. Anyway, you'll see. Thank you, and a very Merry Christmas from all of us at the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vasel. See you next time. Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowd surfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower.